Welcome to the Captain Roach Solo Sloop Guide. In this video, I will show you how to drastically increase your win rate in 10 simple steps. So first things first, what should you prioritize first? The things you should prioritize first go in this order from most important to least important. Your wheel, your boat holes, and then your mast. You might ask why. This is because if your wheel gets destroyed, you will lose angle on your opponent, allowing them to put holes in the other side of your boat, which will make you get into an unwinnable position. Following that, if you keep your wheel repaired, all you need to do is keep your right side holes repaired and bucket to avoid sinking. And finally, your mast. If your mast gets dropped, it's very easy to get into an even playing field. All you need to do is drop the opponent's mast with chain shots. Step 2, left side advantage. You want to make sure that your enemy is always on the left side of your boat. This is because the left side of the sloop can only get 7 holes, while the right side can get 8 holes. Also, the sloop's mast always falls to the right side, which means if the enemy is on the right side of your boat, it will be blocking your view. Step 3, hitting your cannon shots. Hitting your cannon shots is down to 2 simple things, estimation and adjustments. You want to first start out by estimating where your cannonballs are going to land by aiming slightly in front of the enemy boat and above it. Then after seeing where your cannon shots land, you want to slightly adjust so your cannonballs are hitting the enemy boat. Keep in mind that chain shots weigh more than normal cannonballs, so you'll have to adjust slightly more for chain shots. If you don't hit your cannon shots on your first few tries, don't worry, as this takes time to master. Step 4, positioning and mast management. At the start of a fight, you want to turn your wheel full right, then you want to raise your sail to half, and angle your sail slightly right. Then you want to straighten out your wheel and turn it slightly to the left, which is usually about 2 to 3 pegs on the wheel. Then for the rest of the fight, you want to just hit your cannon shots and make sure your opponent is always on the left side. Step 5, boarding and pressure management. Don't worry about the water too much in your boat as long as it doesn't get above your ammo crate, which you can hear by a creaking sound effect. And always throw water out of your boat at the top of the stairs to the left side so you can always see what your opponent is doing. Something to know about the sloop is that your bottom holes, also known as lowers, take in more water than back holes, so you want to repair them first. Your goal is to always keep your enemy on the left side and keep your holes on the right side fully repaired. Then if you have time, repair the front hole and the 2 holes on the left side near the front. And always repair stove hole last because that is usually the first hole to get opened. Once your bottom holes are repaired and you have less than 2 back holes, you are in the prime position to board. But before boarding, if your enemy's mast is not knocked yet, knock their mast and apply pressure before boarding. Keep in mind when applying pressure to spread your cannon shots. Step 6. Double gunning. When playing Hourglass, you want to make sure that you're always double gunning and using the blunderbuss and eye of reach. This is because the blunderbuss is a close range weapon that allows you to defend against people using a sword and also allows you to get one shots and defend really easily against boarders. And the eye of reach allows you to get quick scopes and do cross boat snipes. And one last thing to know about double gunning is that you can double click your stow keybind to put away and re-pull out your weapon to make the reload animation faster. Step 7, ladder juking. Ladder juking is really simple. All you have to do is climb up the ladder, tap your interact key to let go of the ladder, and dodge your opponent's shot. When they miss, climb up and eliminate them to secure the sink. Step 8, player movement. When on the enemy's boat or the enemy is on your boat, add in strafing and zigzagging into your movement to dodge the enemy's shots to allow yourself to get easy kills. Step 9, preparation. When playing Hourglass, you want to make sure you start on a captain boat so you can buy captain supplies. As soon as you spawn in, buy captain supplies for wood, cannonballs, fruit, and throwables. And then buy a storage crate and a cannonball crate from the merchant. And position the crates on your boat like this. And before you leave the outpost, check barrels for chain shots, bone collars, and cursed cannonballs. Step 10, sensitivity. I personally play on a mouse DPI of 1600 with my mouse sensitivity as 1.5 and every single one of my weapons aim sensitivities as 8.5. Keep in mind that this is my own personal sensitivity, that you should just use whatever you're comfortable with. And finally, here's some bonus tips. Bind your bucket, wood, and throwables to keybinds to avoid using the radial menu to save time. Also, don't forget to grab the enemy boat's supplies after fights, and if you have any extra crates, use them as a crate wall to prevent you from getting harpooned off your boat. And finally, don't get mad when you lose. Figure out what you did wrong to avoid making the same mistake again next time. I hope this video was helpful to anyone new to Sea of Thieves or anyone just trying to get better at PvP in general. If you want to know more about my settings, I have a whole video dedicated to it in the description of this video. And I'll see you guys next time.